Right now, after a string of recent violence, the Madison Police Department getting a little help from the federal government to help bring it to an end.
Plus, why the family of the missing boy at the center of a statewide Amber Alert is now calling out the Milwaukee Police Department.
And a rally today calling for the release of a local man arrested after the high-profile police-involved shooting on State Street. News 3 Now at 6 begins right now.
Thank you for joining us tonight. Another car theft in Madison, this time leaving the victim with a black eye.
And tonight, police are asking for your help finding the suspects. Happened last night downtown on West Washington. The victim told police she was walking to her vehicle when a man approached. He demanded her keys and purse. Police say that's when he physically attacked her, took both items, and then drove off in the stolen vehicle, a gray Infiniti QX56 SUV. So how can you prevent those types of crimes from happening before they happen? Well, you need to start young.
That is the goal of a new community violence prevention program in Madison. Tahalil Mohideen spoke to those developing the program and joins us now with their plans.
They were awarded the grant a week ago, and the program isn't officially set to launch until next year, but Madison Police and their partners are already moving forward with plans.
Breaking the cycle of crime within families. That's the goal of a new Madison Police-led violence prevention program.
You talk to veteran officers and you name the jurisdiction, they will say that they have dealt with various families throughout their career.
South District Captain Mike Hansen says that leads to questions they think they can answer.
What is going on in that home that is in such crisis that 14, 15, 16-year-olds are committing violent felonies, burglaries, stolen autos, and other things.
To prevent that, MPD is now focusing on the siblings of the youth already in the criminal justice system.
We will not be in people's homes. We will not be assessing or reaching out to youth or family.
Instead, they're partnering with Rise Wisconsin, a local nonprofit experienced in individualized support services, thanks to a $125,000 federal grant.
The only difference between this project with the MPD and our Children Come First program is a child or adolescent does not have to have a mental health diagnosis.
Rise Wisconsin will provide trauma, tutoring, and support services for families recommended by police, schools, and those involved in the court systems.
We're really interested because it's the population of kids we serve, and we know that some of these kids probably have a trauma history, may not have a formal diagnosis or any diagnosis at all.
With the goal of keeping more kids out of institutions and in the community.
We've gone from having over probably 110, 120 kids per day in a residential facility down to maybe 30 or 35 today.
Taking the success they've had with mental health and expanding it to include crime prevention.
The current funding is enough to support 6 to 8 families for the new year, but with success, MPD will seek additional funding.
Tahalil, thank you. The Madison PD also received a second federal grant worth more than $126,000 for continued de-escalation training and upgraded virtual reality equipment for future training. In a statement, Madison Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway says, quote, these federal grants will support advanced de-escalation training to help resolve situations without violence and provide wraparound resources for families of repeat juvenile offenders to support them.
Around the state in Kenosha today, 3 people were killed and 2 others seriously injured in what police are calling a domestic-related incident. Details are limited. It happened last night, but police say no suspects are actively being sought, and the names and ages of those shot weren't immediately released. And a national story we are continuing to follow. Investigators today say they have found what appears to be human remains in the search for Brian Laundrie, the person of interest in the Gabby Petito homicide investigation. They say they also found a backpack and notebook that appear to belong to him. The apparent remains have not yet been identified.
Well, let's check your certified most accurate forecast with meteorologist Dana Fulton. Dana?
Right now it feels nice and comfortable on the patio, but temperatures tonight are going to cool down a little bit more heading into tomorrow morning. Here's a live look over Madison right now with this cloudy sky overhead. We do have a few showers still passing through. It's currently dry in Madison, but other areas have seen a little bit of rain over the last hour or so. Even in southern Rock County, that line passing through the Janesville area did bring some light hail near Janesville and Rock County. Right now that line moving into Walworth and closer to Milwaukee, and general precipitation totals today. Really seeing those higher amounts north of the Dells. A few isolated spots for us in southern Wisconsin picking up a little closer to 1/4 of an inch of accumulation. And tonight we could see some more accumulation building in. Temperature-wise right now in the upper 60s, very similar to where we were at this time yesterday, but more of an increase in our dew points, a little more moisture in the area. Those temperatures will steadily fall as we look ahead to tomorrow, and tomorrow afternoon highs will only land in the middle 50s. There is the chance for a few isolated showers early in the day. Otherwise, plan on a little bit of clearing in the afternoon and that cool trend continuing into the weekend. But we'll take a closer look at your full 10-day in just a few minutes.
A Milwaukee father wants his missing son to come home, but says local police need to do more to make that happen. 3-year-old Major Harris has been missing for almost a week now, despite police finding the bodies of his mother and the man they think killed her. Brady Mallory shows us his emotional plea and message to investigators.
Major's father, Carlton Harris, and other family members spoke for about 15 minutes in downtown Milwaukee today. They want everyone to know the devastation they're experiencing right now and hope someone can help. He also expressed immense frustration with Milwaukee police. When asked if he felt like investigators were doing their job, he said, quote, "Hell no." Carlton says, though they're grateful for the community's help, too much time has passed since his son's disappearance.
I'm tired of the tips. I'm tired of the waiting. It's been too long. It's been too long. It's just been too long. It's been too long. It's been too long, and I'm afraid. So if my son, just please, I pray to God, y'all just bring my son, let him come home. Let me come get my son, please.
Police have said Major's mom's body showed signs of obvious trauma, and the suspect in his disappearance died after shooting himself. If anyone has information about the case or about Major, please contact the Milwaukee Police.
Brady, thank you. 4 more bills making abortions harder to get in Wisconsin cleared the state Senate today. The next step is the governor's desk, where he will almost certainly veto them. One of them would stop providers from using Medicaid for most abortions. Another would put requirements on what doctors can tell patients about drug-induced abortions. A reproductive rights expert at UW-Madison says this is part of 10 years of added restrictions.
We have seen the closure of several abortion healthcare facilities since the implementation of a rash of restrictions since 2011. So we went from being considered a relatively okay state to access abortion to what is now considered a hostile state for abortion access.
All this comes as the U.S. Supreme Court weighs a case over an abortion law in Mississippi, a decision that could overthrow the landmark Roe v. Wade decision.
UW-Madison police arresting a man for allegedly using counterfeit money and then threatening violence when confronted. Police say 26-year-old Ishmael Riley used fake money at Capitol Cafe on at least 3 separate occasions, and then when they called him out on it, he threatened them with some scissors. This happened earlier this month, but police just arrested him yesterday after identifying him using campus security cameras. They say $13,000 in fake money was found in his backpack when arrested. Family members and activists are calling for the release of a man they say was unfairly portrayed as a cop shooter.
A Madison police officer was shot during K'Twan Richardson's arrest 10 days ago, but not by him, rather another MPD officer. Madeline O'Neill live with the demands from Richardson's advocates today. Maddie?
Well, the state DOJ is investigating the inadvertent shooting of a Madison police officer by another officer during Richardson's arrest. In the meantime, Richardson is still in jail here. His cash bond is set at $16,000 as he faces charges including resisting an officer, carrying a gun, and bail jumping. Groups including Freedom Inc. and Freedom Action Now put together a press conference with Richardson's family in front of the jail today, calling for his bond to be dropped. They say police unfairly targeted and attacked Richardson when he was on his way home from work, saying officer incompetence put Richardson in danger.
I hope the police be held accountable for their actions. It's obvious my son is being held accountable for his actions, which is that's fine with us, being held for what he has done. But he's getting held accountable for his actions and other people's actions too right now, and that's not fair.
According to the criminal complaint, Richardson was spotted out past a court-mandated curfew, which his mom says he wasn't aware of. DOJ officials say Richardson pointed his gun at officers, something his family argues. Now, another point of contention is that some say Madison police weren't upfront enough about the fact that Richardson never shot his gun, causing some confusion. Madison police aren't commenting on this story, and we still haven't heard back from the DOJ or county district attorney. Now, coming up at 10, we'll dive more into this case.
Maddie, thank you. And still ahead tonight, big news on the vaccine front as U.S. regulators make several announcements this afternoon.
Plus, the downtown Madison building evacuated last month due to structural concerns, getting ready to reopen, but not completely. We'll have that story next.
Update your spaces with help from Menards. Get organized with a designer's image wooden closet system. Use as a freestanding system or mount to the wall. This is great for hanging clothes and storing accessories. Designer's image wooden closet systems are 11% off. Refresh your floor with our huge selection of waterproof and durable vinyl plank and tile. It's easy to install and great for high traffic areas. Get 11% off all vinyl plank flooring at Menards.
Save big money at Menards. Those brave men and women of our armed forces, generations of them. Why should today's burdens fall back onto them? They were there for us. Now let's be there for them. Your local Wisconsin energy providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund are working together to deliver Wisconsin veterans in crisis heat, power, and help staying in their home. But they can't do it alone. Call to donate today.
I have worked at Huffcore for the last 36 years.
Huffcore closing the plant, moving production to Mexico.
I gave my life and my body to that place. Ron Johnson pushed through a tax law that rewards outsourcing. Companies can bring profits back from Mexico tax-free. And worse, Ron Johnson profited personally from outsourcing. He has doubled his wealth since taking office. Tell Ron Johnson to stop putting his profits above our jobs.
What is all this?
We call them options.
Options? Don't make me laugh.
Unbeatable selection without the drama. 2 pair plus a free eye exam as low as $59.95.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6. Winner of the National Edward R. Murrow Award for Overall Excellence in Television.
Welcome back. For a second straight day, new daily COVID-19 infections in Wisconsin is below the 2,000 mark. Here is today's snapshot from the Department of Health Services. The state is still averaging 11 deaths a day, and the positivity rate is right around 7.5%. U.S. regulators with the FDA today extending boosters to Americans who got the Moderna or Johnson & Johnson vaccine. They also say anyone eligible for an extra dose can get a different brand from the one they received initially. The announcement marks a big step toward expanding the U.S. booster campaign, but it's not the last word. The CDC will consult an expert panel later this week before finalizing official recommendations for boosters.
Researchers at the UW School of Medicine and Public Health are looking for participants for a study examining whether mRNA COVID vaccines pose an increased risk for allergic reactions to people who are considered highly allergic. Experts said those severe reactions are extremely rare. If you or someone you know is interested in participating, you can find more about that research at our website, channel3000.com. The office building and restaurant in downtown Madison that was closed more than a month ago due to structural concerns is reopening this week. This is the building on West Wilson Street, includes Paisan's Restaurant. It's been closed since September 10th. The city says although the structural capacity of the building is now safe, work has not been completed to reopen the parking garage.
Well, there is more ahead at 6. A welcome sign at Packers practice today in Green Bay.
And we'll introduce you to a pair of local teachers up for national awards this year. And later, after another mild day, how much longer will this weather stick around? Meteorologist Dana Fulton with the answers coming up.
This This is a Wisconsin brewmaster. He brews the local craft beer, the beer that washes down the Oktoberfest brat, the brat that pairs with the potato salad that befriends the burger that tastes like victory. Festival Foods. We are Wisconsin.
Seeing the joy that people feel when they share a meal with family and friends, that's why we do this. The laughter of kids around the table, the thrill of families driving through for a treat, the delight of not having to cook, and instead letting us safely serve you. It all comes back to taking care of each other. And for that, we'll be here with your favorites and always a smile.
Why settle for any Medicare plan when you can choose 5-star Medicare Advantage HMO plans exclusively from Quartz? Starting as low as $0 per month, including medical, hospital, and prescriptions, and dental, vision, and hearing aid benefits. Learn more by requesting your free Medicare Advantage plan comparison guide from Quartz today. Quartz offers the region's top-rated Medicare Advantage plans, and they're now even more exciting. New for 2022, the Quartz Cash Card gives you the freedom to spend up to $460 annually on a variety of health-related products and services. And Quartz gives you access to an all-star team of high-quality providers featuring UW Health, giving you the 5-star treatment you deserve. Because at Quartz, you're the star of our 5-star Medicare Advantage plans. Learn more now by requesting your free Medicare Advantage plan comparison guide from Quartz today.
When the leaves start to fall and the nights get cooler, you know it's sofa season. Steinhoffels has a sofa to fit every style and budget. A sofa for the big game, a sofa for catching up, a sofa for cuddling. During Steinhoffels' falling prices sale, every sofa, every bedroom, every dining room, and more, it's all on sale. Steinhoffels has the largest selection of in-stock furniture and all the best brands of mattresses. It's the falling prices sale, only at Steinhoffels and Steinhoffels.com. This is a Wisconsin farmer. She grows the locally sourced freshness, the freshness that complements the wild-caught salmon, the salmon that tees up the cheesecake that sweetens every moment. Festival Foods. We are Wisconsin.
You are watching News 3 Now at 6.
Welcome back. In this week's Eye on Education, we are highlighting a Verona teacher who recently received a very prestigious award.
As Chris Stanford found out, he's breaking barriers.
Cabby Hong is opening the door for those who look like him to follow. Hong will represent Wisconsin in the National Teacher of the Year competition.
It means everything.
He's the first Asian American to do so.
I feel a tremendous sense of responsibility to not only represent the state of Wisconsin, but also Asian Americans in the state as well.
Hong is the son of Korean immigrants who came to America for a better life.
The best thing to come out of this whole process was the look on my parents' face. They poured all of their heart and energy and time into us, me and my sister. Here's a cool thing.
Not to be underestimated, Hong's achievement is inspiring his Verona High School students.
It so matters to me because, like, being someone who is Asian American, it's that representation that, like, we need in our community that hasn't been there.
Hong's award comes at a time when he and his Asian American students needed some good news. A rise in anti-Asian attacks hangs like a dark cloud.
I believe that education can solve so many of the social ills that are plaguing our society, and that if we talk about issues, that if we educate people about those issues, that there is hope.
When he gets down,
oh, this is a good one.
Hong opens up his binders.
You pushed me to be a better writer.
They're filled with letters.
You are one of the best teachers I've ever had.
From former students.
You're just struggling with motivation, and a lot of times you need some affirmation or a reminder of why you do this work. Okay, so if you did not have it complete...
Hong has built a career out of making meaningful connections. In the end, it comes down to inspiring future generations.
Growing up, I never saw anyone that looked like me accomplish anything. The more representation we have in our country, the more that my kids can see people that look like them in our society, the better it is for all of us.
As Wisconsin's National Teacher of the Year representative, Hung will receive $6,000 from the Herb Cole Educational Foundation and will participate alongside representatives from other states in various professional learning opportunities.
And another local teacher is also up for a national award. Chris Gleason is a music teacher at Sun Prairie's Patrick Marsh Middle School. He's been selected as a semifinalist for the Grammy Music Educator Award. That award focuses on teaching teachers making contributions to the music educator field. He is one of 10 remaining finalists. The winner will be chosen and recognized during Grammy Week, the last week of January next year. And you can read more about the award and Teacher of the Year awards at channel3000.com and check out our Channel 3000 News 3 Now app.
And here's meteorologist Dana Fulton with a look at our first warn forecast.
Right now it's a little cloudy outside, and we're keeping an eye on the chance for a few more showers to pass through the rest of the evening and overnight. Behind this rain chance, it is going to get a little cooler, starting to feel a little more like late October with high temperatures generally trending in the 50s. We might see the 60s a few more times, but certainly not hopping back up to the 70s through the rest of the 10-day. Sunshine will return for Friday and Saturday, and then our next rain opportunity likely looking for Sunday and then maybe again for the middle of next week. Rain showers right now just outside of Janesville and looking towards Walworth County, moving towards Milwaukee. That line bringing small hail earlier near the Janesville area. We're going to continue to see a few isolated showers move through. Right now it looks like most of the area staying at least dry for a little longer. The heavier rainfall certainly has trended north of La Crosse today. This is all along a system that's dragging this rain through much of the Midwest this afternoon. Notice off to the west, seeing some light snow in the Dakotas where it is much cooler outside. Temperatures there right now in the 30s. We're not going to cool down quite that much for our afternoon highs. We're still in the upper 60s, close to 70. So it's just rain that we're looking at for tonight and early tomorrow. Mostly cloudy skies overnight. For early in the day Thursday, still seeing a few showers rotating through for the morning commute. So we have a chance for some lingering showers early on. Otherwise, in the afternoon, a little bit of clearing could be possible right around sunset. So it could lead to a really nice sunset for us tomorrow. High temperatures in the middle to lower 50s, so cooler outside in the afternoon. Overnight lows into Friday morning will also be quite chilly. In fact, with temperatures dropping to the mid to low 30s, we'll have some patchy frost likely for early Friday, and the same goes heading into early Saturday and Sunday. So moving again into that late October pattern. Even though it is going to be cooler for the next few days, do know by next week we'll still be trending above average. We're not going to get close to 70 degrees, but for this time of year, talking about high temperatures closer to 60 degrees, it's still trending a little bit above where we should be for heading into a Halloween weekend for next weekend. 54 degrees, the high for tomorrow. A little bit of a chance for those showers early in the day. Again, cloudy early on, and then some afternoon clearing possible in the late afternoon and evening. Partly sunny skies for Friday and for Saturday, with areas of frost likely early Saturday morning, and then again patchy frost Saturday night into Sunday morning, with our next chance for showers picking up for Sunday and into Monday with a chance to start off our work week. Notice those temperatures. That's when we'll see the 60s for the middle of next week for afternoon highs, and overnight lows trending closer to the upper 40s and 50 degrees. So a little bit above average for the middle of next week, with sunshine expected to build back in for the end of the week. And at that point, we'll start to look at our Halloween forecast for the following weekend.
And coming up in sports, David Bakhtiari back at practice for the Packers. How Matt LaFleur is approaching his left tackle's return to the field. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
What does your retirement future look like? With a well-built retirement, your future can look bright. Your financial home secure. Retirements are built here every day. Call now and start building yours.
Eliminate stress at iMart Express. New customers, you'll love your new view with 40% off your first purchase and a 365-day guarantee. Quality glasses made in-store and free frame. And lens protection for a year. At iMart Express, seeing better is living better.
You protected our rights, preserved our freedom. You may have even risked your life for us. Now, it's our turn to fight for you. Your local Wisconsin emergency, energy, and housing assistance providers, and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund reward the service of our veterans with rental and energy support in their time of crisis. Apply today to get the fresh start you've earned.
I want to have $1 million when I retire.
Oh, great goal.
So where do I start?
Well, first you set up automatic transfers into savings. That can add up pretty quickly.
For me, working on putting $1,000 into an emergency fund got me in a good saving habit.
Already on it. Then put together a plan to get rid of debt and maximize your investments. You know, Summit helped me do.
Oh, that's great. I love how Summit gives people the knowledge and confidence to go after their goals. It's your money. Own it. Summit Credit Union.
This is Ford Truck Month. Time to take a ride in the all-new 2021 Ford F-150 with an available 12-inch touchscreen, an available interior work surface, and for powerful performance on demand, a class-exclusive available Pro-Power onboard mobile generator. These are America's best-selling trucks. This is Ford Truck Month. Inventory levels are coming back up, making Truck Month the time to get an F-150 with 0 for 72 and 1,000 retail order bonus.
Time is of the essence when planning for retirement, so take the time now to make sure yours is well built. Retirements are built here every day. Retirement Income Planning, LLC.
Hi, folks. Tomorrow morning, we're watching out for little ghosts and goblins. In our Time for Kids segment, we'll share tips to keep your trick-or-treaters healthy and safe.
And we're tracking that first frost of the season. We'll have the forecast from 4:30 to 7.
He's back, well, just to practice, but it's a good sign for David Bakhtiari and the Packers. Today marked the first time since New Year's Eve that the All-Pro left tackle was back practicing. Head coach Matt LaFleur said they're going to take it day by day with Bakhtiari, and today's practice wasn't much, mainly an above-the-neck type day. But his return opens up a 21-day window for the team to activate him to the 53-man roster. Wisconsin has won 14 straight games against Purdue, while the Boilermakers enter this week ranked. Remember, the Badgers have lost 8 straight against ranked opponents, so something has to give on Saturday in West Lafayette. The good news for UW, in true road games, they've played well. Now, Illinois is a very small sample size, but they entered with an us versus the world mindset and left with a win, something they plan to do at Purdue.
We know it's a business trip, and we know it's like any other week. We treat each week like it's the same. You know, go out there and attack it no matter where we're at.
Brings a little added kind of motivation just going into another school's stadium, another team's kind of place, and just, you know, beating them. And that's kind of the motivation, and there's nothing kind of sweeter than that.
For more on Wisconsin's showdown with Purdue, tune in tonight for this week's Badger Blueprint. Jim Polzine and I break down David Bell and the Boilermakers, as well as look back at Leo Chanel's big game against Army. Wisconsin volleyball has 4 huge games coming up where they'll face 4 teams ranked in the top 15, starting this Friday night against number 6 Ohio State. Currently, UW sits in 2nd in the Big Ten standings, a game behind Nebraska, but go 4-0 during this run, and they'll be back on top. Either way, for Kelly Sheffield, no matter what happens, he's going to find out a lot about his team after these next 4 matches.
Can't believe that there's too many teams that have that kind of stretch in front of them. I mean, that's a gnarly stretch. I think it's fair to say that we're all gonna learn a lot about ourselves. You know, there'll probably be a little bit more possibility of a little bit more separation within the standings.
Pretty gnarly, huh? Dana?
It is. And as we look ahead to the next few days, do know that we are expecting some rain chances to stick with us into tomorrow morning. In the afternoon, partly sunny skies possibly developing, but we will certainly have the sunshine coming back for Friday and for Saturday. A little bit of frost possible also for Friday morning, Saturday morning, and for Sunday morning. We're getting into that season where things get a little crunchy early in the day. Some rain chances for us Sunday into the start of next week. And as we look ahead to next week, we will see the 60s a few more times, but it's still trending in that cooler direction towards the end of October.
All right, Dana, thank you, and thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
Have a great evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.
Thank you, Shona.